Hey, I'm Ed. Today we're going to make grilled filet mignon. Filet mignon is just cuts, medallions cut from the tenderloin, the beef tenderloin, and it's got very little fat in it, so you have to be careful not to overcook this. But it's very moist and flavorful when you cook it correctly. And the typical technique, we just salt, pepper, oil, and then we put it on direct high heat on the grill for a few minutes on each side, and then we move it to a lower heat part of the grill and let it cook all the way through. Now you notice I buy it from the butcher pre-cut. I like it really thick, about 2 inches, so that way as we're cooking it, you know, it cooks from the bottom and it goes up, and we're not going to overcook it. It gives us more time to play with. Also, as usual, we brought it up to room temperature first, and after we season it, both sides, pretty generously because it's a thick piece of meat, and it's not going to be overpowered by this amount of salt. Plus, you need the salt to create the browning, the crust on the top. And then just a little oil. And just oil up both sides. We'll flip them around a little bit so they're completely coated. And a pretty hot grill usually. I preheat it obviously, and then put it on medium-high direct heat. You know, my technique, I usually put it like 3 minutes this way, then I move it 90 degrees, 3 minutes that way, then I flip it 3 minutes, and then that way 3 minutes, and then we move it off to the lower heat area of the grill. All right, so we'll see you out in the grill in a minute. So we've preheated our grill to about over 600. And I'm just going to put the fillets directly on the heat. And close it up, and I'm going to turn it down a little. I mean, they're on super high right now. I'm going to put it on medium. Turn it down, and see you back in 3 minutes. So our first 3 minutes are up, and we can just shift our fillets 90 degrees. And we'll be back in another 3 minutes. Our second 3 minutes is up. Now it's time to flip them over in place. Get some nice little grill marks going here. And same thing, 3 minutes this way. And 3 minutes the other way, and then on the low heat. Here's our final twist. I'm actually going to start turning down the heat now to still on direct heat, and I'm going to put it on kind of the lowest. And then we're going to turn off half the burners and move all the meat to one side. So our final step is to turn off the heat on most of the grill. I'm going to leave the left-hand side on. And then I'm going to find one of the medium-sized pieces and put our meat thermometer in here, right in the middle. And that way we're going to monitor and make sure that they're perfectly cooked. I've told you many times, the best gadget you're ever going to buy is a meat thermometer. Electronic meat thermometer that can stay in the meat while it's either on the grill or in the oven. So all our pieces I'm going to put on the side here. Away from the heat, and then we let it cook through gently. In fact, I like to, if they're thick enough, I like to put them sideways because they've cooked from the bottom. This way they'll be more even. Right now I'm starting off at 113 degrees. 130 is like rare, so I'm going to stop at about 125. Okay, so we let our fillets rest for about 10 minutes. Let's open one up and take a look. Perfect. So this is like a medium rare. Just serve it up with some spinach and some roast fingerling potatoes. So here's our filet mignon. Enjoy.